Well, hello everyone. I want to finish this videoing. I've done nothing but clean house today, so I want to get these over with. And it is at night. I hope the light is not too bad. I wanted y'all to see this. This is what I was talking about in the last video about how I had taken this and hung a lot of my old pearls and things, vintage jewelry, and I thought it turned out really pretty. Wished it twirled. So many pretty things on here. It's really beautiful to look at. And there's bracelets I can take apart. You know, I can look over here and I can go, there's chain. You know, what do you need? I can see it more like this than I could when it was in the boxes. Anyway, so I had bought that one time. I think it was at the Goodwill. You know, everything I get about goes from the Goodwill. Now, I do go to some other places. But anyway, I had bought that, and it was a real pretty stand. And I thought I was going to use tags on it. Well, it ended up way over there on top of a shelf. And when I was cleaning off that desk over there and rearranging it, it's a desk I sew on, and I put some books and some of my papers and stacked out. I kind of redid everything. Well, that desk used to have a lot of things across the top. Y'all might remember it. There is still up at the top of that is, oh my goodness, I didn't mean jerk the camera. There's still a big shelf of rabbits. I collect rabbits, or I did collect rabbits, and my daughter put that up there for me. And anyway, just my scrapbook paper and different things over on the other side. Nothing fancy. I'm not fancy. I do try to be a little bit organized, but I can't ever find anything because I organize all the time. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, if I don't quit organizing, I'm losing everything, because the more you put it somewhere else is when you can't find it again. So I get kind of mad at myself on that. Anyway, I was going to show y'all a little bit. Oh, I want to show this first. A lady left me a comment, and I want to. She's got numbers, and I can't remember what I think it's, I want to say, I'm not going to say her name. Anyway, she left me a comment saying, I know that you can get into that album, put those pictures. You know, I showed this, that in that, about my books, my journals. And so I thought to myself, I have checked everything. I've checked the bottom, I've checked the sides, I've checked inside, I've done everything. This was like a brand new album. It's not old, it's just something that somebody's remade. And so I was going to take it apart and just use it as like wall hangers, but I was thinking, well, I couldn't get the pictures in there. Well, anyway, she said, there's a way to get those pictures in, and she was trying to help me. Well, the pages was like, I guess, been sitting so long, and they were still like brand new, and so I started bending, and I finally found the spot. It's down underneath. You cannot hardly see that. I mean, you'd have to be looking for it. And I put a picture in one of them to show y'all. I was so excited. I kept bending the page. So there's one of those little old pictures I bought the other day off of one of those Etsy stores. Isn't that just darling in there? Of course, I'll probably put old, I've got a bunch of small ladies, and I'll probably use those, but that was one I had handy, so I just pulled it up and stuck it in there. But it really amazed me that at the back, when I kept bending the pages, I finally saw this, it cracked open, and there's how you stick them in. And you could put one on this side too, so this could be even decorated if I wanted to keep it as an album. I don't know. I really had planned to take it apart, so I don't know. I can put it back in that cover, and I may fix it up that way and decorate. It'd be pretty to add to it. a little bit. I'd have to use things flat because otherwise it'd make it stand open too much. Anyway, I thought I'd show y'all that. And I got these at the Goodwill the other day. I didn't show these a while ago. They're so pretty. They're heart baskets. Aren't they beautiful? And I got both of them. They were tied together, so I got them both at a good price. So they're so pretty. I could even take these hearts off if I wanted to. Anyway, I was real pleased over that. The other one, isn't that pretty? And had these curly. I had forgotten about doing those curly. We used doing them for a while. I think they still do them, but I meant I was doing them, and then I said, my goodness, you could even curl some of that ribbon and hang with beads and stuff on the side of your journal. Well, when I do the journal, I might try that. I got to do the journal first. I think these are turned out real pretty. Anyway, just thought I'd show y'all that. And also, this is something else that I found at the Goodwill. I was real thrilled over this. I have this very book, but I thought, well, I'm going to give this to someone else. And, you know, it said, "Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art." Y'all didn't know I could sing, did you? Well, you can turn the video off, you know, as old saying is. I wish you sang on the radio so I could turn the radio off. Well, I'm not a singer, but I have lately been leading singing sometimes at church. One reason is because I have a very loud, carrying voice, as y'all know. And I do get to lead singing sometimes. But my family is singers, and for some reason, I am not a singer, but I do like to sing, and I like to praise God with singing. So that song there, "How Great Thou Art," was one that was sung at my mother and daddy's funeral, and my daddy loved that song, and I dearly love it too. I love a lot of the Christian hymns, and this book here, if y'all ever find it, it is great on telling the stories, how these songs were just not just written. They came out of hard times, troubled times, persecution. I love to read the stories behind the songs. They're really good. Anyway, well, let's see. I want to show y'all a little bit of this journal that I'm making. And I did showed you how I could put the lace over the cover if I wanted to. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but that would be pretty. Even this lace off this skirt. But I have a lot of big laces back there in my closet, so I'll probably use some of that. Anyway, this one, this journal, I started back, I took a book apart, and I didn't mind taking this book apart. I didn't even care for what was in it. So I'm using the pages for different things, and I'm actually using the pages to glue the paper onto them. But anyway, I started this journal before, when Duchess was sick, and I would work on it some. And then when she passed away, I just stuck it up. I mean, put it up. I couldn't work on anything. I just could not. But now I'm able to get back out, and I'm thinking, oh, I love this book now, and I can't wait to finish it and enjoy the journey. And it's a discarded book, and I went, never discard. There's so many things that we have that, like the old cars, the old trucks, now they become popular, you know, in this day. If you found anything like this, one of my dear sister-in-laws, her mother and daddy had a vehicle like that. They had it even after they used to drive it to the grocery store. He had a truck, but they had it parked in the garage, and they'd pull it out when Mama went, you know, and they'd drive that old car. I remember getting in it and playing in it because it was so neat. And then this old truck, oh my goodness, these people where I lived one time, they had a barn, and they collected everything, I think, from the time that they ever went from wagon to come in, covered wagon to a buggy to one of the old trucks. They had everything in this barn, and I was blessed to have got to go in there because they didn't show it to everybody because people would want to come in there and probably steal it. And so, but anyway, they let me go through it, and I was so excited. I love old stuff, and this was just like a museum, but it was these people owned it. But anyway, these pages I'm going to enjoy. This is some stenciling. I've got some pages ready to go on here that I'll paste in here, and this will show. I've already set something up to fix in there, but I didn't bring it. I don't think I have it here. Something small like this will go, but won't be probably this one, but anyway, because that's not right. Might be, but anyway, be something that'll go in these pages, and I don't have it all right in front of me, so I can't show everything. But anyway, this is a little bit of what I'm working on, or have worked on. And these are the book pages. And I took one of the sections out, and it'll be kind of like a, well, I can't call the name of that either. Anyway, but it'll be, this is some appliques. And I cut some apart, and I just went around it. But this is vellum across here because I messed up. I stamped something in there, and I did not like how the stamp was, so I put that over there, and I like how it goes through. And then the book page you can see there, and it says Shades of the Past, and hope is the best part of our riches. I don't know whether you can read that or not, but anyway, I thought that turned out pretty. Now, I'm not through with these pages. You know, you always add more, but this is two that I've made up, and I did some stamping over here. You know, I told you I like these colors, and I like these colors together. And that's an old vintage button, and that's an old picture. And this is an old vintage button, and there's one up here. And I stamped the word blessed. And she's got some beautiful children. So, and there's a little thing of flowers. And there's a rose flower made out of ribbon. And there's a beautiful piece of vintage lace. I just thought these colors went so pretty together. And this page here, I haven't done anything really to it other than just paste it on. I'll probably add something else. I don't know exactly what yet. And this one here, I did some stamping on it and staining it. And I added this envelope. Envelope. Can't even say the word. Anyway, my tongue's twisted. I added that and stamped that image on there, and stamped vintage on the bottom here. And this is one of those kind that, this is just mail you get, and I just stained up the front, and I'm planning to put a piece of paper back behind here. I haven't done it yet because this is going to flap. Anyway, and then I have a box of these old cards, and I decided I'd start using these, and so I brought this one out, and I thought it went real pretty in there. It's that pocket. It shows those roses, and it's for you, Mother, on your birthday. I thought that turned out real good. And then here's another page. Anyway, I'm not going to get to tell too much more because my time's going away, but isn't that pretty? I love this. And my ink was running out, so these didn't stamp. Well, let me show this one real quick, and then hopefully I can get it showed before my time gets out of the way. Confidential. It's kind of like a love letter. And those little roses are so cute. Turn them around. And that little flower applique that I made. And it's got all kinds of pretty stuff in it. And let's see. I'm going to have to stop. Thank you, Olivia. I've got this card in there. Oh, goodness. I'm bringing it up wrong. And some other things. All right. Y'all stay safe in Jesus. And I will be back. Bye-bye.